Greenwich Palace courtyard bustles. Anne Boleyn, visibly pregnant, anxiously paces. King Henry VIII watches, his face a thundercloud, desperate for a male heir. News spreads. The birth of Elizabeth is announced. Henry's fury erupts, his dreams dashed. A daughter? Again? The kingdom holds its breath, the future uncertain with a princess's arrival. Inside the Tower of London, Anne Boleyn is led to her execution, a stark figure against the cold stone. Young Elizabeth, unaware, is shielded from the grim scene, her innocence a fragile contrast. The camera focuses on Elizabeth's face, a cherubic mask hiding a future marked by her mother's fate. Destiny looms, casting a long shadow over the young princess, the future Queen of England. Lady Elizabeth surveys the opulent royal court, a sea of silk and hidden intentions swirling around her. Whispers slither through the throng, each glance a subtle probe, each smile a veiled calculation. Her eyes, wide and observant, absorb the court's treacherous dance, a silent lesson in power. The air vibrates with unspoken threats, each breath a gamble in this viper's nest of ambition. In this court, she learns quickly that silence and sharp eyes are her strongest armor. Sunlight floods Elizabeth's chambers, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Tutor Roger Ascham stands opposite Elizabeth, scrolls spread across the table. Elizabeth leans forward, her brow furrowed in concentration. Books and scrolls scattered around, a testament to rigorous study. The air hums with intellectual energy, a silent testament to their shared pursuit. Elizabeth's sharp, intelligent gaze reflects a mind eager to learn. A hush descends upon the royal court as the life of King Henry VIII ends. The announcement reverberates, shaking the very foundations of the kingdom. A collective gasp sweeps through the hall, a visible ripple of unease spreading among the assembled nobles. Young Edward VI, merely a boy, is proclaimed the new king, his ascension fraught with uncertainty. Amongst the courtiers, Elizabeth stands, her expression veiled as her fate hangs in the balance. Candlelight flickers, casting shadows as Thomas Seymour enters Elizabeth's chambers uninvited, his arrogance filling the room. Elizabeth stands near the window, her expression a mix of surprise and wariness as she regards Thomas Seymour's advance. The air crackles with tension as Elizabeth subtly retreats, maintaining a careful distance from Seymour. Narrator: Thomas Seymour's advances are unwelcome and unsettling, and Elizabeth navigates the situation with caution. In the stark interrogation room, Elizabeth exudes regal composure, her unwavering gaze meeting that of her interrogator, her hands clasped calmly. She begins, "I have always valued my position and reputation." Elizabeth's voice remains steady as she asserts, "My interactions with Thomas Seymour have been nothing more than acquaintances." Her eyes narrow slightly, a hint of defiance flickering beneath the surface. With unwavering conviction, Elizabeth concludes, "I assure you, there is no wrongdoing to confess." In the Tower of London, Elizabeth is trapped in a cold, stone cell, shadows dancing on the damp walls. Her face, etched with worry, reflects the dim light as she clutches a diamond in her trembling hand. With painstaking care, she carves words into the stone window ledge with the diamond. "Much suspected by me, nothing proved can be." The narration echoes in the cold, echoing cell. Elizabeth stands regal against the sprawling, sun-drenched grounds of Hatfield House, a picture of serene power. A breathless messenger bursts into the tranquil scene, his urgent arrival shattering the peace. The messenger's grave words hang in the air. Mary is dead. News that abruptly shifts the world's axis. The vibrant color leaches from Elizabeth's face, replaced by the stark pallor of shock and realization. Her knees buckle, and she collapses, her whispered words a mix of disbelief and dawning destiny. "A domino factum est istud et es mirabile in oculis nostris," Elizabeth whispers, a prayer and a vow. In Westminster Abbey, Elizabeth kneels, a solitary figure before the grandeur of the altar. The Archbishop of Canterbury, a figure of solemn authority, raises the crown. The crown descends, a symbol of power and destiny, gently placed upon her head. A beat of utter stillness, the weight of the moment hanging in the air. Then, the abbey erupts in a deafening roar, a wave of jubilation washing over Elizabeth. After years of struggle, she is crowned queen, her reign beginning amidst thunderous applause. In the grand royal court, Elizabeth stands, regal and resolute, amidst the swirling tensions of religious conflict. William Cecil stands among the advisors, his astute gaze reflecting the burden of England's divisions. "We must find a compromise," Elizabeth declares, her voice echoing through the hall. "England cannot bleed." Cecil responds, "Your Majesty, the Catholics and Protestants are deeply entrenched. Finding common ground will be a delicate dance," he warns, his words painting a stark picture of the challenges ahead. The Grand Hall of Parliament hums with anticipation as sunlight bathes the expectant faces of advisors and lords. Elizabeth stands regal and composed, the weight of England's future etched upon her face. A palpable tension hangs in the air, the unspoken demand for an heir pressing upon her. "My lords, I understand your concerns," Elizabeth says, her voice echoing with authority. "It is my husband and my heir," she declares, her commitment to England unwavering and absolute. At Tilbury, Elizabeth stands tall, the weight of England upon her shoulders as the Armada darkens the horizon. A sea of faces turns towards her, hope and fear mingling in their eyes, awaiting her command. Her voice pierces the tense silence, a beacon of defiance against the approaching storm. "I know I have the body but of a weak and feeble woman," she declares, her gaze unwavering. "But I have the heart and stomach of a king," Elizabeth proclaims, her words igniting the spirit of her troops. Upon the tumultuous waves of the English Channel, warships clash in a deadly ballet of power and destruction. English ships, nimble and swift, encircle the imposing Spanish galleons, ready to strike with cunning. Flames engulf the sky as English sailors unleash their fiery gambit, sending burning ships towards the Armada. Chaos reigns as explosions rock the fleet, the air thick with smoke and the cries of desperate men. The Protestant wind descends, a furious gale scattering the surviving Spanish vessels across the sea. Amidst the wreckage, the English fleet stands triumphant, their victory etched against the stormy sky. In the royal court, Elizabeth stands tall, regal even amidst exhaustion, embodying unwavering strength. A breathless messenger bursts in, delivering news that shifts the court's atmosphere from tense to triumphant. A triumphant grin spreads across Elizabeth's face, a beacon of hope igniting the room. Cheers explode, shaking the foundations of the court as the news of the Armada's defeat reverberates. Servants weep tears of joy, nobles embrace, their relief palpable in the echoing halls. Elizabeth's gaze sweeps across the room, a glint of steel in her eyes, her legend now cemented. In Richmond Palace, sunlight illuminates Elizabeth's frail form on her deathbed, her regal eyes still gleaming. Dust motes dance in the sunlit chamber as she gestures weakly, a queen until her last breath. Her voice, though faint, carries the weight of command. "James VI of Scotland, he shall succeed me." With her decree declared, a legacy shifts as the Tudor line prepares to yield. Elizabeth Tudor, England's iconic ruler, breathes her last, her reign fading into history. The crown transitions, marking the end of an era and the dawn of the Stuarts.